Hey, this is Manny Fresh with another tutorial. Today I'll be covering the Blink home monitor app for your Blink XT camera. This is the XT2, the one that I have installed in my house. So I'm just gonna cover the application itself. I'm not gonna go over the installation. So go ahead and open the app, and the first thing that I did when I set up the app was I went over here on the top left. I created an account, and then I went to manage account, select the Fahrenheit, and then notification options. You want to have all of them on so that way your phone tells you when there's an event or an alert, and that way it makes you aware. Next, I'm going to explain this little guy here running. This basically means that motion detection is activated, and you want to make sure it's blue. The arm basically means that it's ready to go, and for any motion detected, it's going to record. If it's disarmed, it won't record, and your motion detection is disabled. The cloud here is basically where you could change the Wi-Fi network. So if you had a change on your wireless network, you could go ahead and change it, and I believe you set it up the same way that you did when you first installed the sync module. All right, and if you don't know what a sync module is, basically is the main connector where the wireless network connects to, and the camera also connects to that sync module to be able to communicate and do its functions. Next, I'm gonna cover the little guy here for the video. This basically means that you're gonna go live, and depending on your wireless signal, it's gonna take some time, maybe about 10 seconds, 15 seconds, like you saw there. So right now I have a night vision, and you could talk to the person by holding this button here, and you hold it while you talk, and they could actually hear you, and once you finish talking, they could respond back to you, and you could hear them by making sure this volume here on the top is enabled. So this is the live feed. Currently is 10:48 at night, so the night vision is fully activated. Okay, so I'm just gonna go ahead and close the live feed, and here you could take snapshots with the camera button there. Okay, the most important settings I'm gonna cover is right here. So if you click that, this is where you name your camera. This right here tells you the battery status, temperature, and if you click temperature, you could go ahead and set up some alerts, so it could tells you, it could send you notifications when there's high temperature or heat alert, or even when it's cold. Motion detection already enabled, so you want to leave that enabled. Now activity zones, this is basically what tells the camera where to look for motion detection. So where you see update photo, that means that it's gonna open your camera and take a picture of where the camera is aiming. So it could basically make a picture of that zone. And then if the squares are gray, that means that only the 3 columns or the 3 rows here are where the camera is gonna detect motion. So if you put all of them, basically all this area would be for motion detection. And then click done when you finish setting that up. Alright, so the re-trigger time, that means that after it records, it's gonna wait 10 seconds to make another recording if there is motion detected again. The higher this number, the higher the wait time for another recording to take place. So this is kind of something I didn't like. So let's say in my case, there's a car coming and it starts recording. I have to wait 10 seconds for it to record again. So if between those 10 seconds something happens, I don't know, somebody trying to steal my house, they break in less than 10 seconds, it won't record that activity because I gotta wait 10 seconds for the retrigger. So that's a little bit of a downfall. Sensitivity is basically how sensitive the camera is. The higher, the more battery consumption, and the more sensitive it's going to even pick up like a wasp or a bee or something, or butterfly, or even a mosquito flying in your camera. It will start recording and make it make a recording for that. The clip length, there's two settings here: clip length and end clip early motion stuff. They go hand to hand. So I got it 60 seconds, but if you have this enabled, basically when there's motion detected, at first it's gonna start recording. So if there's continuous motion for 60 seconds, it's gonna make a clip for 60 seconds, and then once the motion stops, whether if it was 10 seconds, 20 seconds, then it's gonna end the recording if you got this enabled. Night vision auto, leave that auto, so that way if it's night, it will switch to night vision for you. With the intensity medium, so that way it doesn't go crazy on the recordings there for you. You want to enable the microphone, and the speaker volume is basically the volume on the camera. So when you speak, you can control how high the speakers are. I have the quality as best. If you keep that enhanced, it's gonna consume battery life, and it's going to basically tell you, hey, this is how much you need for your internet, and it will reduce your battery life. The update here basically is just to get a status on your camera strength, Wi-Fi strength on for the camera and the camera to the sync module. Now the sync module is connected to the camera as well, and right now my sync module is about 150 feet from the camera, and the wireless is about 250 to 300 feet from the wireless router. So my signal are medium to high. It's not as good as I wanted to, but that's what I'm working with right now. All right, so basically the last thing to cover will be the folder here. This is all my recordings, and Blink has supposedly a 1-year cloud storage for all your recordings. But I did reach out to them, and they told me basically there's no subscription based, and you keep that cloud storage as long as you don't hit 100%. Once you hit 100% here, then you won't be able to make more recordings. So what you want to do is you want to make sure you clean this out sometimes. So if you hold from where you see the date and then swipe to the left, you're gonna be able to delete those recordings. Now if you want to share the recording with somebody, you could click on that recording, click on the video, and then you're gonna get shared here, and then you could share with any apps, or you could share it to a text message if you want, or you could save the video locally, or you could click here delete to delete the clip. All right, so that's the Blink home monitor app explained. If you have any questions, leave your comment below. Thank you for watching, and please subscribe.